The battle for the soul of the Fangmoor rages on, drawing ever closer to the final engagement. Welcome back, everybody. I am the World Archivist, here to tell you the stories of the wider multiverse. This week, we return to the Fangmoor as we examine the Battle of the Temple Ruins, fought between the Ogroni of the Toyori Shogunate and the Order of the Amber Moon. As always, if you enjoy what I do, consider leaving a like, a conversational comment letting me know what you think, and subscribe to the channel. I post videos every week. And every bit of support you can provide will help immensely. Thank you so much for watching, and now, on to the story. Calibos, exorcist of the Order of the Amber Moon, felt a stirring in the air as the fog was driven out by their actions. It was a feeling compounded by the unexpected but not unwelcome arrival of more of their brothers. Battle was upon them. The unknown party marching towards them, wielding a relic of oblivion. But he resolved that these fiends would not be the first to strike. Taking the flock of faithless with him, he took cover behind a fallen pillar, hoping to ambush them as they came through. But it seemed they predicted this move, since moments later, an arrow ended up lodged in his shoulder. The battle quickly intensified from there. Takamoto split off to intercept the enemy rider, preventing it from striking their rear lines. But the main battle centered on the engine in the center of the room. The beast taking formation around it as the last of the Order's warriors crashed against them. More arrows flew, supported by a matchlock gunner as blades clashed. Redeemer Vitrix was the first to fall, an arrow piercing him in the heart as Sacristan Amedios perished at the blade of the enemy leader. But the newly arrived confessor, donning the chained eye of the arch-traitor, avenged their fallen brothers with a throw of his hammer, killing the two enemy archers and the matchlock gunner. After ordering 4 faithless to deal with a lone combatant which had sought to strike at his rear, Calibos pressed into the flank of the enemy formation, stabbing one of their number who fought with their fists. He had to respect their tenacity, even in the face of worsening odds. But he was also disappointed, for pride always goeth before the fall. And the seeming pride of their leader was proving to be their downfall. One by one, these warriors were slaughtered, until none were left. Not even their lone rider, who had somehow dealt with Tokomoda. With the battle now over, he ordered their own dead be gathered, as he gazed upon the body of the opposing leader. No anger or disgust in his tone, but rather disappointment. It is quite a shame. Had things have been different, I would have gladly fought side by side with you. Alas, such a course of events is beyond my control. But I assure you, the relic you carry will be put to good use. Waking up on the now stained floor with a start, Norio instinctively reached for his face to inspect it, fighting to move his now heavy hands as the last memories of the battle flooded his mind. Some sort of wolfman, wielding a glowing hammer, had struck him in the head, cleaving through flesh and bone with ease, taking his jaw and not enough of his face with it, but reaching up to where an agonizing, gaping wound should be. He could feel nothing of the sort. In fact, it was as if the fight had never happened. As he continued to inspect the rest of his body, it slowly dawned on him that he was using both of his hands. Looking to his left, he could see the scarring the orb had borne, but not the orb that had caused it. Propping himself up, he looked around the ruins that they had fought in, and found that it was now empty. The orb had been stolen, and the only thing left of both parties were the new dry bloodstains across the floor. Though much to his concern, there was more Ogroni blood than wolf blood. With an effort, he finally got to his feet and called out to his compatriots. And in the echoing silence, a grim thought came to his mind. They were gone. He called out again. Maybe they had thought it was the wind or the fog and dismissed it. But again, he received nothing back. He tried again and again, hoping, pleading to be proven wrong. But it was for naught. One last roar escaped his lips, dripping in anguish and regret and rage. He had brought them here. He had kept them here. And he had led them to their slaughter. I could leave, he thought, errant ideas creeping to the front of his mind. Find a rift out of this place. This hell, where the dead cannot die, and the gods cannot help. He squashed those thoughts and chastised himself for having such dishonorable ideas. Leaving now would mean everything they had done would be in vain. No. He would see this through. He wasn't sure how, but he had sworn to his fellows that he would. Grabbing his Naginata, the only thing that seemed to remain from the battle, he ventured forth into the unknown.